Oh yeah.
What's up, brother?
Well, hello, Bobbert.
We are back.
Yo, this is the first time. This is the first time we've done a pod since I've moved.
Right?
Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, I've never seen this background in the pod before. Hey, listen, you got Santa. We hoing, and then you still got the Halloween. You know what I mean? You got the Troy jersey.
Troy
I
Godamalu.
told you. I told you guys the Troy jersey would be here. Got my golf clubs back there, and got a little. I think this basketball signed by somebody. I think.
Yeah.
Look, and then you see my little USC helmet
Right?
on my Michael Myers. That's another Michael Myers with a USC helmet on.
All right, so at least I'm not the only biased one with my team in my background.
Oh no, come on, brother. There's one. Listen, I was telling somebody the other day, bro. I was like, listen, there's two things in this world I believe in. I said is one's getting money, and the other one's fighting on till I die, brother.
Talk that shit.
There's just something I will listen. I actually showed my girlfriend a video the other day of when my papa got his plaque retired at the university.
Oh,
And,
that's dope.
they sent it to my mom for Christmas one year.
Oh, that's
They sent it to
fire.
my mom, my nana one year. And it was like, thank you for 46 years of service. And I was like, that right there, that's a reason, bro. That's a reason to be a fan.
100%.
So I say that to say, actually, it's funny because I did this on purpose. I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
Speaking of like, because you're from Buffalo.
Right.
The Bills, that's obvious. UB, that's the only school you could really root for. That
Unfortunately.
makes any kind of logistical sense.
Shout out to Sean Dolak, man. Putting you be on the
No,
map a
look,
little
Sean
bit
Dolan.
this year.
Look.
First team All Pro. First team All American. Sorry.
Buffs on the way up, bro.
Slowly but surely.
Listen, they're on the way up there. So I ask you, right? Do you feel like in like a city where in a state where I grew up in Southern California, right? I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm a Kings fan. I was a Raiders fan, but I was a USC fan. But there's so many schools out there, like, right?
Right.
UCLA,
Right.
Cal, like there's so many. So the question is it weird if you're a fan of another squad not from your state?
So
Like, do you think people get looked at like, oh, bro,
that's
like,
funny
so,
because I have a
Dalla. So I'm bringing Dalla up. Fuck Dalla.
perfect
I'm bringing him
example.
up.
I,
Do we clown people like that? Because I clown Dalla.
so as you just said, I'm from Buffalo, where it is die hard Bills Mafia. Like we'll literally die for this team.
They jump through tables and shit, bro.
I can't get behind people from somewhere with no ties to a different location, but loving that city, loving that team. So if you're from here and you've never been to Baltimore, you've never been to Maryland, but you're just randomly a Ravens fan, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Now, if you were born somewhere, or let's just say, let's even say your grandfather is from Green Bay, Wisconsin. You were born in damn Florida, but your grandfather's from Green. If you want to root for the Packers, you have some ties there. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. But like when there's no ties whatsoever and you're just randomly choosing a team, like my 9-year-old son who is in love with Justin Jefferson because they both have the name JJ and they both love the gritty, and now he's just some Vikings fan. I blame my son for it every single weekend. So
yeah, we gotta talk to Jay, bro.
Curry and Justin Jefferson, the man is just he can't get over the two.
So listen, the Curry thing I can understand.
We don't have a basketball team here either, so like go for it. You want to be a Warriors fan? You want to be a Curry fan? Go for it.
One in Buff, but you got the Knicks.
Yeah, but I mean, Philly's closer than that is.
Is it really?
Detroit's closer. There's a few. Cleveland is closer. Yeah. Cleveland is probably for professional basketball teams. Cleveland would be the closest to me.
No way. Really?
Yeah. Cleveland's 4 hours, not even like 3:50.
Bro. All right.
So yeah.
I guess I forget how big New York is.
Yeah, very. And Buffalo and the city are literally we're the most southwest you could go. New York is the most southeast you
No,
could go.
so wait. So on a map, how far is Seattle from Buffalo, you think? Because again, I'm talking shit about Dala.
Very.
I think.
I tell you what, Seattle's a little bit further than San Fran would be, and from here to San Fran, SF straight flight was 8 hours. Flight.
We both love Dala, just by the way. Just so we're clear. We both love him.
Dala, I can't wait for you to see this.
He's
There's
a good kid.
there's still time to come to the light side. There's still time
Yeah,
for
bro, like join, bro. The Seattle sucks. So do the Raiders. I'm about to become a Buffalo fan.
you.
Fucking Raiders suck, bro. We're about to sign Sam Darnold.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what though. Brock Bowers. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy.
We're gonna be all right.
Boy, oh boy.
All right. So you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna jump into football.
Let's do it.
And we're gonna go a little out of order, just because I think I'm more interested in talking about football. Yeah, because I want. Hold on. Here's what we're about to do. So, I gotta get the full story real quick. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't. I put this in here. Oh, fuck. You already know what I'm talking about too. First thing in NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get the full story.
That'll be interesting.
Okay, so Devondre Campbell apparently refused to go into a football game on Sunday. So Dre Greenlaw came back. By the way, had 8 tackles. Dude's a fucking beast. Dre Greenlaw is crazy.
What one of the most underrated players in the league.
100%. They had him last year in the Super Bowl. They win.
Yeah.
He doesn't pop his Achilles running onto the field for the Super Bowl. They 100%.
Yeah.
He was the difference maker. Anyways, we can yeah. Oh, I hear people talking outside. Maybe a little nervous.
Mhm.
So he refused to go into the game after Dre Greenlaw, I believe, got hurt. I'm not 100% certain about that, actually. That's why I said I needed to read the full story, because I didn't watch the game. I've just read everything. So their running back, their linebacker room is now empty. They don't have any linebackers after this
Right.
debacle. So he refused to go into the game. He quit and said, "I don't want to go in." There are reports that he said he was dealing with stuff. Okay, so do you want to go first?
So, if I'm not mistaken, Dre Greenlaw came back because he was injured. Devondre Campbell was starting.
Yeah.
Dre
Achilles,
Greenlaw.
yeah.
Greenlaw came back, got hurt again, went to the sideline. Campbell, it's your time to get back in the game. Nah, I'll be good. What do you mean? It's almost like the SpongeBob episode. Nah, I'm good. I don't really feel like.
I don't really feel like it.
So, couple episodes back, maybe even the last episode. I don't recall. We were talking about Anthony Richardson, and Anthony Richardson stepping out of the game, and I kind of vouched for him a little bit. No, I take it all back.
No,
I take it all back. I take it all back. The passion is just not there. It can't be. The passion is not there. Dre Greenlaw shouldn't even have been back. It was an important game. It was a divisional game. Bro shouldn't even have been back last week. Came back. It's almost baffling to me at this point of the actions of some of these players.
So I've said it. I said it about Anthony Richardson. it doesn't make sense. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game, be with that franchise, be with that organization, and you simply say no.
And it's not even the money aspect for me because
But
it's a
but it
business.
is because
It's
they didn't even want to sign him first.
no, no,
They
no,
weren't. He
no, no.
wasn't the 49ers' first fucking choice.
Right, but hear me out.
You weren't the first choice. You got an opportunity and you said nah.
Understandable.
Straight.
Hear me out. Hear me out. So many kids dream of going to the NFL, the NBA, whatever professional sport they dream of. So many kids, majority kids. Not, I don't have any statistics behind that, but a lot
I
of
would say 75% of kids
at some point want to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
We are any athlete that's even played high school knows how hard it is to go and play Division I college football, let alone professional football. So to be at the highest stage and then basically quit is baffling to me. It's not even the money aspect. All that time you spent your whole life to achieve this and you're here. And don't get me wrong,
5 years old.
Campbell's been in the league a few years, but there I just where is the passion? There's no excuse for it. You don't love the game anymore. You cannot love the game.
He said to me, if I was in that locker room, he's a traitor.
Yeah.
Because again,
yes,
that was a game they had to win.
It was a must
they
win.
They couldn't afford to lose that game.
Right.
I'm not saying he's a difference maker, but you were there for a specific reason. Your specific reason was to hold the fence until Dre Greenlaw got healthy. Dre Greenlaw is healthy. You're not going to fucking start.
Right.
Now you have your opportunity to go put it on. Now you're never going to play in the NFL again. If I honest to God, if he has a job ever again, it would be shocking.
It'll be from a completely desperate organization.
Yeah, it'll be somebody that just like gotta be, because like there is no possible way that we're gonna sit here and say that you can overlook that. Anthony Richardson, listen, whatever, right? Like you tapped out. Maybe you got hit too hard in the stomach and you were genuinely out of air. Maybe that could be a reason, no doubt. But to look your head coach in the face and say, "I'm okay,"
I'm good,
and walk off the sideline,
absurd.
But then you're gonna try to use listen. I get it, bro. Like mental health is a thing that is 100% a fact. But to sit there and try to say like they said they asked their players before every game, like, how are you feeling? How are you? Their trainers.
Not to be that guy. You just played in 12 of 13 games this season
and didn't have a single fucking problem. But now when Dre Greenlaw's back, it's automatically a problem. Like it sounds like he's trying to. Oh, I'm not feeling good. I get it, bro. Maybe we don't feel good. Everybody doesn't feel good at some points. But to say you don't feel good after somebody came back that took your starting spot, it just sounds a little.
Agreed.
Doesn't sound legit. It sounds like a cop-out. And it's like, it's okay, bro. Like, all right. So the 49ers suspended him 3 games. They didn't release him because if they released him, they had to pay him.
Right.
So what they did, and this was broken down on, like, Twitter. They suspended him the max game, so they're not going to pay him for 3 games. That's going to be the end of the season.
Good.
And I don't think the Niners are going to make the playoffs. That loss, definitely.
Right.
So he got suspended for 3 games due to conduct detrimental to the team for GM John Lynch. Which, again, like, I don't know, man. That shit. George Kittle, like when George Kittle says something bad about you, you know you fucked up.
Right.
Because George Kittle is such a just nice dude.
Right.
Like you see all his mic'd up moments on the field, he never says no like crazy shit.
He's talking well about everyone. He gives praise where it's due.
But he was like that. He said it was cowardly. Like, and everybody.
And that's the perfect word for it. That's the perfect word for it.
It is. Cowardly, being a traitor. Like, any of those things possibly are like could be, you know what I mean? Because like, I don't know, bro. That's like, so listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna use you and I as an example. If we're like Joe Rogan level, when we get to that level, when we're the number one podcast in the world, if one day you call me in the middle of a recording, you're just like, you know what? Fuck you, CZ, I'm leaving.
Or we bring a guest on.
Like,
People
what are you
start
gonna
asking
fuck
the
me
guest
for?
questions. And I'm like, you know what? This, I'm out of here, man.
Yeah,
You're like, wait. Like, nah, I'm out.
What are you saying? Fuck me for?
I'm out. And send my check in the mail, please.
No, I'm suspending you from the fucking podcast.
That's just, it's, yeah.
So like, I put myself in positions like, think about it in like a real life scenario, right? You're at work, middle of the day. Two other people got called out. I'm gonna leave early. Like, damn, bro. It's lunchtime after church on a Sunday.
Right.
Leave? Like,
Right.
Who's gonna restock the grapes? You know what I mean? Like, like, that's fucked up, guys. Like, I mean, like, I don't. It's lame as hell. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a lame ass thing to do. And
right.
It's like, what are you there for?
Right.
What's your purpose?
Right. It's all about you at that point. There's no family. There's no brotherhood there. It's all you at that point.
My boy Jeffy said, "Don't ask me how I wasn't following." What's going on, Emma Wilson? How are you? Happy Wednesday to you. Sorry we missed that. We were kind of passionate about talking about this trader. Fucking asshole. So the next thing we're talking is, so the Ravens said they had mutually agreed with Deontay Johnson to excuse him from team activities this week. I read a little bit more about it. It's saying he was dealing with some stuff at home. Understandable, right? That's how you handle it.
Right.
Go to your team and say, "Yo, I need a couple days."
I'm just not well. I need a little bit of time.
Right. I 100% believe that any NFL organization in their right mind would say,
understandable. We're human. We all have life. Things happen. Yeah, right.
Weird to me. But yeah, man, it's so like, and I think so. The mental health thing with like famous athletes and stuff, I think a lot of people want to be like, "Well, you're getting paid millions of dollars." That's never an excuse.
We're all humans. Doesn't matter.
We are all.
We've seen
we are all wired the same.
Actors making quadruple the money go through unfortunate events. So
because life happens, right?
Exactly.
So I will never say like, "Oh, your mental health doesn't fuck you. You're making no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you use mental health as a cop out, when it's obviously not been that, bro. Like,
it's
go through physicals.
It's even worse, right? Because there's people really dealing with things every single day. So if you're now using that as an excuse and you don't really feel this way, you're now not only disrespecting your team, you're disrespecting millions of people
that actually feel that way.
Exactly.
People who are too scared to actually speak out.
Right.
Because there is people that are afraid to speak out. There is people that are afraid to say, I'm just not feeling it well mentally. Because there's a stigma around it in this world. And it's an unfortunate situation that we're in. It's looked down upon to have feelings. It's looked down upon to feel feelings. Feel your feelings, brother. Feel
100%.
Feel how you need to feel.
Be human.
Yeah, because being human at the end of the day is the last thing holding us all as one unit.
Completely agreed.
In one way, shape, or form, you're a fucking human no matter what.
Right.
Nobody's invincible. Nobody's untouchable when it comes to everybody goes through mental struggles, bro. I've taken breaks from doing what I love because it just gets too much sometimes.
Right.
And it's like, it's all right, but don't use it as like a, hey, this is my mental health's fucked up. But the NFLPA has literal weekly checkups with every team with licensed therapists to see how you are mentally. They do it on Fridays, according to the NFLPA. This, I could be wrong. It could be a whatever, but according to what I can find on the NFLPA, they do mental health checks every Friday for every organization.
Not only that,
Friday till Sunday.
Not only that, this is all assumption. There's no facts behind this, but you're playing in an organization that has a general manager who was a player, so who understands it. You know what I'm saying? You have George Kittle on your roster, who has countless times said, hey, if you're feeling a certain way, open up, talk. It's just, there's no excuse. Right.
Dak's mental health thing, it's
Exactly.
okay, right?
Exactly.
No, I 100%. You listen. I want to hear you. I want to hear your opinion on something. I want you to tell me exactly how you feel about it. George Kittle, to me, is going to go down as maybe not one of the greatest statistical tight ends, but he will go down as one of the most impactful NFL tight ends to ever live.
No. One of the most impactful NFL players. Let's correct that.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
disrespect.
yeah, yeah. I guess we say that.
Players.
Yeah. NFL
Because
player. Yeah,
it's to start it off, maybe this isn't as important as some of the other things he's done, but the tight end camp that began a few years ago that started making other positional groups start having off season meetings with
with
players
him,
from
Travis
all over.
Kelsey.
So it showed right
Yeah,
there. Like
yeah.
it's
He's gonna be
so
loved.
much it's about everyone. It's the
Pure
love
love.
of the game. It is for the love of the game.
He loves the game so much. Like, bro has said countless times, he's like, I just love the game of football.
Exactly. And he
He's gonna
shows
coach
it.
one day,
Yes.
or be a some. Bro's gonna be something somewhere.
Whatever he wants to do, he's gonna do it. That's for sure.
So that question leads me into this next one. When it comes to the NFL's impact on not only, I mean, shit, the NFL has impact on everything. Like sports in general has an impact on, and there it's little things that you may not even think of. Like go to your local go to a supermarket in New York City. I guarantee there's a something on every aisle that's brand logoed by the Knicks. I'll guarantee it. Because anytime I go to Charlotte, any grocery store right outside the Charlotte Arena, there's fucking Charlotte Hornets Mountain Dew, all you know what I mean.
Right.
So cities are very into their teams, right? What do you think the impact has outside of the cities? Do you think the impact that, let's say, the Charlotte Hornets, Charlotte Hornets suck, so it's kind of a bad comparison, but like, do you think the NFL, NBA, MLB is now impacting more globally than just here?
Yes, and
How big do you think the impact can continue to be?
so I have a couple points to that. So obviously, as time has progressed, the audiences grew. Players are more open to. We got players from all over the world coming to the NBA as a prime example, and that alone is opening
Baseball
gateways.
too.
Agreed. And baseball has been like that for a little bit, but
Listen,
football and basketball more
Juan
recently.
Soto just
Right.
signed a fucking 13-year, $762 million contract.
Right.
He ain't from the states.
Right.
He just made his country, and he said half of it is going straight back home.
I mean, arguably the top 5 players in the NBA right now are not born
All
in
European.
the States. So,
Top three baseball players, right? I would say, right, top three or four, five.
you got the NFL traveling to London next year.
Brazil.
Pittsburgh will be playing in Ireland next year. So we see.
When do you think college football goes overseas?
Oh, that'll be a great time. I'm actually
Next year or so.
2 years.
Notre Dame.
2 years.
Notre Dame going somewhere. You know what I mean?
England.
Like
where
do you think? Because again, a lot of people say like the game is becoming the game here is becoming more European because of the European players that are coming from other countries. But our players are now resorting to going European because. So, do you think the European impact that is having on the game is going to end up affecting the American-born players in any way? Like, how do you think that's going to translate? Do you think you're going to see more pro players playing in because you got like Mike Beasley,
right?
You got dudes that are killers, like dudes that are nice over playing in like Brazil, different places like that.
So this would be
more of that.
This would be some research that I would have to do myself. I'm curious on how the EuroLeague, as an example, played how players the play style when the league began, because I don't necessarily think that European style basketball is really like changing the NBA. I just think basketball in general has changed, and the Euro League is now getting more exposure than it ever. Who was watching the Euro League from the
So you don't
States
see it
in the
as
thousands or in the 90s? I just think
you
that,
don't see it as them changing our game. You see us adapting.
right, I think basketball as a
Okay.
whole is changing, and the Euro League is now getting insane viewership that it wasn't getting prior. So these basketball junkies, me for example, we see the Euro League now as it is. We seen the NBA in the thousands, in the 90s. We've seen film from the eight, so we've watched it progress. I haven't watched the Euro League progress, so I don't know who's the greatest foreigner I could think of from my time off the top of my head. Probably Dirk. Dirk wasn't a pass first player, so how?
Oh wait, hold on, because I have another question to ask you. You kind of just skip forward to my question.
Talk to me.
Who's the first European player you can remember making an impact on your viewer experience?
It would definitely be Dirk. It would be Dirk for me,
You want to hear something
no
crazy to
question.
me? Manu fucking Ginobili. Listen,
That would be
when
close.
when bro started hitting the, I'm gonna let you know something. I have a fucking story for you, my friend. I was in, bro. I don't even remember what grade I was in. I was a young pup when I first saw this dude. Lefty. I tried to make myself left-handed. I spent
That's
I
funny.
spent half a summer shooting left-handed, trying to make myself. Bro, I shot a left-hand three in a high school basketball game because somebody told me I couldn't. Dog, I'm nice with the left
That's
because of
funny.
Manu, right? First time I ever saw him do the Euro, I had an AAU game in Orange County. Dog, I tried to hit the Euro, it came out my shoe. Fucking fell. I never tried to do that shit again, bro. I was like, I'm not agile enough to hit the Euro. I can't do Euro steps. I'm gonna leave that to Manu Ginobili.
That's
I'm
funny.
not doing that ever again. I'm done with the Euro steps. So Manu Ginobili, brother, I just want to be cuz he made
Right.
it cool to come off the bench and get buckets.
Right. Right.
Because I didn't start my freshman year in high school. I was a small, I was fucking 5'11", 170 pounds. Like I was a thick dude. I played baseball. You know what I mean? So got on a basketball court. I was like, yeah, bro. Didn't start my freshman year, but he made it cool to come off the bench. So I was like, fuck, bro, I'm just.
Play that
So
role.
it's like, I think the impact Euro players have, because Dirk, look at Dirk, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Top
Dirk's
10 scorer all
championship
time.
run, he beat 10 future Hall of Famers on his.
Yes.
He beat Kobe. He beat KD, Russ, James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Then beat the Clippers. Or no, who did he beat in the conference finals? Look that up. Who did he beat in the conference finals? Did he beat Kobe? He swept Kobe. He gentleman swept the Thunder. Did he beat the Spurs? He beat the Spurs. Yeah, Dirk's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He was the Spurs.
This.
And then he beat LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Like, so I don't, I wonder, like, when we see, because, like, you don't see a lot of European dudes playing football.
Right.
Like, you don't see a lot of European dudes, like, buckling their chin strap.
Right.
I had to take my headphone off a second ago. I get it. Do you think you hear shit?
Yeah.
So, like, I wonder, like, when do we start seeing?
Because we've seen Matala, I want to say his name is, played tackle for the Eagles, was foreign, and he was really open about it. You got players not so foreign, but Hispanic, Puerto Rico, Isaiah Pacheco, who's, so I think it comes. I think it comes
It's
soon
coming.
because the talent is there globally.
No,
So
yeah. There's so many global football leagues.
right.
So, kind of dialing back into just some football news. This person that I'm getting ready to bring up, I have some feelings about.
Oh boy. So
So Trayvon Diggs will have surgery to repair. an
Okay,
injury
I'm
related
sorry. Give me
to
2
his-
seconds. Somebody is knocking. Give me literally 2
You're-
seconds.
you're-
Sorry.
no, you're
Sorry,
good, you're
guys.
good. Bro got knocked on. Yeah, so Trayvon Diggs not playing. Kind of. Oh, Jenny. What's up, buddy? Boy, bro. G'day. How are you? Thank you for the lurk, my friend. Appreciate you. Bobby getting the door knocked on. Hello, have you heard the good news? Have you heard the good news?
Sorry about that. Package.
Bro, it's tis the season. Tis the season for packages and
Smith's gifts.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
anyways,
so
yeah.
Trayvon Diggs will have surgery to repair an issue related to his some cartilage. His articular cartilage. So he's done for the year. The Cowboys suck anyways, but is it time to say that Trayvon Diggs isn't a top corner in the NFL?
I felt like that was a thing last year.
I felt like
Maybe
it the year before.
even the year before. I was going to
Because when
say
you're giving up 1,500 yards a season, but your average you got 30 picks. Cool, bro. You have 100 picks, but you gave up 100 touchdowns.
the best DBs of all time don't get targeted.
So listen. Oh, this makes me want to see Bobby. We're not talking about corners yet. I should have skipped this fucking topic until we got closer to the first topic of college football. But so my thing has always been the best ability is availability.
Very much.
No doubt. If you're not you can't perform for me if you're sitting down.
Very much
Doesn't make
agree.
sense. So when is it time to stop paying him the money they're paying him? Because it says his recovery could be up to 8 months.
Especially when you got Bland on the other side, who has looked probably better than him in total. So
That's what I don't get.
is the name worth it at this point? Is the household name worth it at this point?
He's just like his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you and I, we've had a conversation about Stefan.
Yep. Last
Not a
episode we
fan of
talked
Stefan
about it.
Diggs.
Right.
Not a fan of Diggs. I think he's a
When your character is bad, the
Really
universe
receiver.
usually shows it. And
yeah,
again,
it
I wouldn't
does.
wish injury on anyone, but
Not a soul.
the universe works in mysterious ways.
And when you are Trayvon Diggs has a piss poor attitude
Mm-hmm.
most times that I've ever seen him in the media. He almost fought that fan. Like it's just like when you're just detrimental to your team, not only on the football field because you're not playing,
Right.
but you're detrimental to you're representing the org, bro. No matter what you want to say.
Exactly.
Again, leadership matters.
Very much.
Right? So leadership. Let's keep that word here, right? I know a thing or two about that. And having piss poor leadership in the Cowboys organization, it shows. I think Jerry Jones.
It's trickled down. Yep.
It's time.
And he won't. He won't.
It's like pee, bro. Pee trickles down.
Yes.
Regardless. Everybody's just getting peed on at this point. Call that crazy if you want, but it's just the truth. Pause. That was crazy, but it is what it is, right? Like, you can't tell me that it doesn't start with Jerry Jones wanting the wrong kind of control. They need to go get a GM.
Yes. That was clear years ago, though. That was
10 years ago.
Yeah. And then when you're running an organization and there's piss poor attitude at the top, again, it only falls down. It's only gonna.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your leader is.
So if you were the Cowboys, what do you do? Do you hold on to Diggs?
It depends what you want to do. Me personally, I'm selling. I would have sold on him last year. I would have sold on him, so sell high on it. But
Didn't they already pay him?
yes, I believe so. I believe he's already. Yep.
Yeah, he got paid 2 years ago, right?
5 year, 97 million,
Hmm.
and it's only going up.
Yeah. So again, that brings me to another person. So the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski announced that Nick Chubb has suffered a broken foot.
So unfortunate to see, man.
It's time for the Browns to stop holding on to Chubb.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
again, running back's one of those positions that we see guys not getting paid because of this kind of shit. This only does harm to the market. Because now they're gonna say, look, well, we paid Nick Chubb 3 years ago. Torn ACL, broken foot.
I mean, it's tough because it does go both ways. You have Zeke,
It does, right?
you have Todd Gurley, you have we've seen it. We've seen it. Right. And we've seen it on the opposite side. We've seen Josh Jacobs, we've seen Aaron, but it's just that's one position where
Saquon Barkley is fucking generational.
Bro. Right. And we seen that since his rookie year.
Henry is
generational player. And I think people are forgetting that. Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's different between being generational and being average running back. And
right.
Now Nick Chubb is now unfortunately in that category of just an average running back.
Right. Your best ability is availability. Indeed.
Stay on the football field. Your best ability, and again, he's getting paid. It's not like he already got paid.
Right.
That's the unfortunate thing for him is I think they're going to use him as the new staple point of like, this is why you don't pay running back.
Right. And this brings up a whole nother point of the Browns obviously moving on from Amari Cooper, as we know. Nick Chubb probably going to be next because he is due a contract. We see the Deshaun Watson.
4 years he's been hurt.
Right. We see the Deshaun Watson situation. It's obvious they're going to move on. Probably take the L. You move on. Is it complete reset time? Is it retool time?
You got it. Go ahead and get rid
and what do you do with some of your younger talent on the roster, such as Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, both top 20, 15-ish corners in the league? You got Grant Delpit, a great young safety. You obviously have one of the best defensive players in football at Myles Garrett. Like, what do you do with
it depends
all of these stars now? Because how quickly can you retool the offense? Because the defense is there, as we know. The offense, you have no number one receiver. Running back is in shambles. You have no quarterback.
David Njoku's decent.
The line is slowly falling apart.
Subpar.
Yeah. So
if I'm a head coach, I'm not even sniffing the Cleveland job because Stefanski's gone after the year.
Right.
Stefanski's gone. Jameis is gone, or not Jameis. Deshaun's gone. Nick Chubb's gone. If I'm the Browns, nobody's gonna want to coach there. Nobody's gonna want to sign there.
It's not a free agency destination to begin with. Knowing you could get a haul for him, you could get a big.
You're gonna get 7 first-round picks for him.
Right.
You could con a team like the Lions or somebody like that into giving you a fucking 9 first-round picks, 4 second-round. You could break the fucking market.
Right.
For Myles Garrett.
Right.
I would hold on to Denzel Ward. I'd hold on to my corners because that's the hardest thing to replace. Having 2 good corners is crazy. Nobody does that.
Right.
It's not very much seen. You always have a weaker link. And they have 2 very
number ones. Yeah.
Their safeties are cool.
Yep.
I personally would hit the reset on older people. So Myles Garrett's not exactly old, but he's not exactly young.
Right.
He's in that realm where he's in his prime to where people are still going to overpay for him. But you're not going to get, like next year, the year after, you're not going to get as much. And you're going to stink for the next couple of years. Like, you're going to suck.
It's the reality.
You paid Deshaun Watson $298 million fully guaranteed.
Which, if I'm Cleveland at the time, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
After not playing football for a fucking year?
I don't care. Deshaun
Watson.
In Houston, Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, but
And I'm not defending his character. Do not take this wrong. As a football player, Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback in the league.
I always had him at 6.
Cleveland,
Always.
I could see that.
I think
I could see that.
him.
Cleveland was a quarterback away from being a postseason team. Not in Cleveland, he wasn't. He needed that new scenery.
Baker Mayfield right now would be crazy.
No, because Baker Mayfield wouldn't be Tampa Bay Baker Mayfield in Cleveland.
Time out. Do you get rid of Jerry Judy?
I'm selling high on him. I'm selling high.
89 said it best. He said, "I think you're a subpar wide receiver that only shows up every other week."
Get what you can for him. Get what you can, especially in a draft class like this, where maybe not quarterback, but other positions are. There's some talent.
The Raiders fans are holding up signs saying "tank for Shador."
How do you feel about that? I mean, it's to be fair.
I just gotta prepare myself.
You know, I'm not big on Shador. You know, I am not big on him at all.
He's the best quarterback in this.
But he is probably the best quarterback in this draft.
This draft class, yeah, because Quinn Ewers isn't going to the draft. Quinn's not going. Carson Beck's not going.
Carson Beck sucks, anyways. I'm not a fan.
Beck fucking stinks. That kid sucks. Jalen Milroe is gonna be in it.
I guess did Cam Ward declare?
No, Cam Ward's a fucking 9th-year senior. I'm pretty sure. Bro's been in college since 2014.
Shador's probably still better, and it's the marketing is just insane.
I would take Cam Ward. I would take Cam Ward personally because he's bigger and he has a stronger arm.
If you get 1 or 2 in your Vegas, you have to trade and get the biggest haul you can. They're not. I think they're gonna take whoever they want to take, but
no, if the Raiders get 1, they trade back to 2. Get a couple get like a first and a second for this and go because everybody's gonna want Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is the #1 pick no matter what. The first player taken off the board this year. You can mark it right now on December 18th at 12:11 p.m. Travis Hunter's the first player taken off the board. And it's not even the hype around that kid he's gonna be the first player taken. The Giants are gonna overreach for him because they think he's gonna be the savior of New York football. I'm calling it right fucking now.
I mean, I don't.
Bro, I'm telling you, you just gotta watch signs. Look, bro, fan bases throw signs of what's gonna happen before it happens. Shador Sanders is a Raider. My
only argument for #1 would be one of the 2 tackles. Campbell from LSU or Banks from Texas. And I was just going to say, I think it's very situational. That's a very low percent chance, but that would be my only argument.
If Raiders get 1, they're probably just going to take Shador. They'll probably draft Shador. If the Jets get 2, they're taking Travis Hunter. They're 4-10 right now.
Right.
So they're buying for it. The Raiders have lost 9 straight.
Yeah.
But we're definitely fighting for it. But Shador with Brock Bowers, I wouldn't be mad
at. I just don't see it.
Bro's got the swag of a Raider though, bro. He does.
No. No.
Come on. Shador does have the swag of a Raider.
So you're telling me Shador gives you a Max Crosby vibe? Heck no. One's in the gym every single day. The other's in the gym some days. Driving his Maybach some days.
Depends on how he is as a pro.
I'm not sold.
We gotta see. I want to see his pre-draft. Like, you know how they do the pre-draft interviews?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see those. I want to see his draft press conference when he's not at Colorado. He's not around Dion. He's by himself. That's when you'll find out. That's when you'll find out who he is genuinely. Because, like, you see, he does have good traits. Like, he does have, like, he sticks up for his teammates. Like he stuck up for everybody. After he threw his offensive line under the bus.
After he threw his whole offensive line under the bus.
Well, nah. So last year it was deserving though. Bro got sacked fucking 13 times in one game.
I mean, he was also top 3 in time to throw. He was holding the ball forever.
That's what I'm saying. So he
And in the
has done
NFL,
shit
that's
that I
only
like.
it's oh brother.
I'd rather take Cam Ward.
I'd rather not take any of them and get the biggest haul I can. Take another year of
Sign Sam Darnold.
retooling. Take a Sam Donald type quarterback in free agency. Take a quarterback you can take a chance on that can at least get some of your weapons the ball. You trade back and you just get assets. Because this year, next year, and then next year you got. I think Nico ends up in Tennessee next year. It just makes so much sense. But there's some better
Yeah,
QBs coming up.
as a Titan.
Yeah, because Tennessee is gonna
Listen,
blow again.
sucks.
Tennessee is gonna
Florida
blow
fucking
again.
sucks.
Yeah, and I see, and I'm uh
No,
Truly,
don't
a
even
friend of mine
guys.
is a Titans fan. All year I've been telling him, just don't, just keep giving him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. If I'm Tennessee, I'm not drafting a quarterback this year. I'm going with Will Levis
No,
again.
yeah, I'm gonna let
I
him
just,
suck next year.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, cause Nico's gonna be there next year. Actually, isn't Nico a true freshman?
I think I think he's redshirt.
Is
He
he
could be
sitting
a.
behind Joe Milton for that year?
I believe so. I believe he's a redshirt freshman.
If he's a redshirt, then he'll be out next year. If he's a true, he will.
He'll have to stay too. Because I think he's the
So
best
speaking
quarterback
of
in the nation
quarterbacks,
next year.
speaking of the quarterbacks who are drafted, Michael Penix. So there's a new starting quarterback in Atlanta. Michael Penix Jr. is the starting quarterback for the Falcons after Kirk Cousins was benched. So just a reminder, Kirk Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million contract this offseason. He's now benched after
Which was just a few
14
months ago.
games.
Just a few
That
months
was
ago.
literally 6 months ago.
So
2 weeks before they drafted Michael Penix. So here's my question to you: do you think this is permanent, or do you think they just know they're not making the playoffs? Fuck it, let's see what Michael Penix is made of.
I think it's more that
Because
you
Raheem Morris said Kirk just has to play better. Because Kirk had over the last 5 games has 9 interceptions, 1 touchdown.
correct. So you get the young quarterback in there, throw him in a fire, see what you got. I do think
I like Michael Penix.
the whole thing was pretty silly to me, but
Wasting $180 million in cap money was kind of crazy to go and draft a quarterback that you obviously want to play because 14 games in, you're putting him in. That's,
from my knowledge, the football meta is get an elite quarterback on a rookie deal so you can spend the money
yeah,
everywhere else. Not get a quarterback on a rookie deal to spend $180 million on another quarterback. Not seeing the logic behind it, but this was also the same team that didn't feed Bijan Robinson the ball after drafting him in the first round. So
shout out Bijan Robinson for having his first 1,000-yard season.
Many more to come.
Season. Yeah, no doubt. Bro's gonna be a fucking dog for years. So that my question becomes this. Okay, so if you're the Raiders, okay, this is why I said this because it brings up the point what you just said. I personally would be perfectly fucking okay with them signing Sam Darnold. Bro just clinched a playoff spot. He's 12-2. Realistically, the season ended today. It's him and Josh Allen for the MVP talk in my book. Josh Allen wins, Sam Darnold second. Just for the simple fact of everybody, bro, they said the dog. I saw a clip the other day, Bobby. I'm gonna send it to you. Talking heads when JJ McCarthy got hurt, they're like, bro, this team would be lucky to win 6 games.
Right.
Sign Sam Darnold. Colin Cowherd. I just don't think Sam Darnold's got it. Bro said, I watch. And he's throwing numbers. Bro had 5 touchdowns 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that's his third 5-touchdown game of the season.
And they are winning. They're winning. So
they're whooping ass.
Yeah.
Jettis is happy. Aaron Jones is happy. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
So my question is, would the Raiders sign somebody like Darnold to a little 2-year deal, then draft Shador, let Shador sit behind and learn? Because Shador's older. He is an older quarterback. Shador's 23. So do you let Shador sit till he's 25?
See,
because learning behind Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy.
Thinking about this unbiasedly, Not
Unbiased.
not the worst idea. I'm
What would you
just
rather see happen then? You think the Raiders just sign Sam and take it?
I just think logically the best thing you could do is trade back and just get the biggest haul you can. You have a few, I mean, I don't know if they're worth, but like you're saying, you got quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, you got Zach Wilson, you got Kenny Pickett you could take a shot on, you got Justin Fields due for a contract who will have a very affordable price tag. So there's some options.
You think Justin Fields leaves Pitt?
Do they re-sign him?
Do they resign Russ?
That's another good question.
Look,
Because
normally
that's another
normally it's outlawed
'Cause
to
I-
answer a question with a question.
right.
Absolutely.
Because I think if you are Justin Fields, you basically force Pittsburgh hand. Pay me as much as I want, or I'm out.
I'm out.
Even if you take left somewhere else, you force their hand. You take the attempt.
So I personally would sign Russ again because I think Russ is balling. Russ is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't looked bad. They're winning. They're gonna be a playoff team. Mike Tomlin's not gonna have a losing season again.
Right.
So it's like I would do it. So speaking of the Vikings, so the Vikings actually clinched the playoff spot. So Sam Darnold led them to a 12-2 record. That's all I'm saying, bro. Darnold's getting himself paid.
And if it's any other division, they won the division weeks ago.
But the Lions just don't they play again?
I want to say yes.
I want to say yeah. I want to say they play next week. The week after.
Yep, they play last game of the year. Week 18 they play. Lions play Chicago next.
Oh, breaking news. Wake Forest hires Washington State's Jack Dickert as new football coach. Damn. Washington State's coach already dipped up on him. They must have paid him a lot of money.
Right.
Herschel Walker has been picked as Bahamas ambassador.
That's pretty dope.
What that means. Don't know what that means. What is he ambassading? That's my question. Adam Silver, NBA is looking into 3-point volume critiques. People are complaining there's too many threes being shot.
I mean, like,
come the fuck on. Anyways, I'm not talking about that shit yet. We'll talk about basketball here in a second. Like, god damn. Shut up. Why we gotta hate on basketball?
Right.
So I have two questions before we hop into NCAA. Two questions that are completely your answers. Okay. First one. So I want you to read the first one, and I'm gonna give you a second. So I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna give you a second to think on it. I'm gonna let you answer the second one first, because the first one's gonna take probably a second for you to accumulate an answer. So the first question is who are the best running back duos of all time in the NFL history? Second question is what's been the most surprising thing to you this NFL season?
What's been the most surprising? So I'm gonna have two answers for this.
Even better.
What's been the most surprising? I would have to say is the NFC North. Detroit and Minnesota. Yeah. Both, obviously I knew Detroit was going to be there, but Minnesota this competitive is crazy. I didn't see it happening. I didn't see the NFC North as a powerhouse of the NFC. It's crazy to me. So that's just who has been the most surprising player to me this year. The unfortunate answer is going to have to be Debo. What happened from last year to this year to the point that you're probably not even going to get another contract from San Francisco? I don't know. I was one This is why I'm not. This is why I'm not an NFL GM. TikTok, you hear it now. This is why I'm not an NFL GM. In quotes, I said, pay Debo as a running back and a receiver. He deserves it. Let him break the market. Pay him as both. Boy, would I be out of the league. Yeah.
Boy,
I don't know.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
No. So look. Bro didn't say that shit.
I know. I'm honest about it.
Bro was like, pay that man anything he wants. I remember that conversation.
I said break the market for Debo. I sure did.
I remember that conversation, boy. I'm pretty sure we had that shit playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
So, into the best running back duos. This probably may not even be the best.
Maybe not best or your favorite. You do favorite.
The most memorable one for me would be Jerome Bettis, the bus, and Willie Parker on that Super Bowl run. And then you have big old Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw in
that's my
New York.
Answer. I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Yeah. Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw are my answer.
Would be the two that I
love them playing, bro.
Yeah.
I used to love them. That's my answer. Fuck it. Go ahead and tell you the answer. That answer my question. Yeah, that's my answer. Woo, them boys were sick.
Were they?
The best running back duo I've ever watched is Reggie Bush and Lindell White. That's not NFL though. That's college.
Yeah, that's college. Lindell White was a dog at USC.
Bro stunk in the league.
I loved playing with. I was playing NCAA at the time, and I would love playing with him. Oh, that was such a good combo.
Oh, bro, yes, that's one of those games. That's one of those. Yeah, those yeah, those combos are like Ahmad Bradshaw and yeah, bro.
One that would be underrated and actually more recent, but still super underrated, I think, would actually be Kamara and Mark Ingram. Statistically, one of the best seasons as a duo. Probably not a fan favorite, but statistically one of the best.
I like Mark Ingram.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Kamara. I've always been.
Yeah, me too. He should go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah. I thought Buffalo should have attempted for him before we drafted James Cook 2 years ago.
I think you guys still might.
I could see it.
Because he ain't gonna be on a big ass contract.
Before we leave, there was something in here that we missed, and it kind of Buda Baker extended.
Oh yeah, Buda.
I thought that would be Buffalo's biggest target this year. I thought we should have went for safety last year, and we I said during the beginning of the season, that's what we should trade for. If not, let's sign Justin Simmons. We obviously didn't do that, but
yeah, Buda got paid.
Yeah.
It's time. Buda's nice, bro.
Yeah, well deserved. Another super underrated player.
Yeah, he's very, very much consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, so Mason Rudolph is gonna start for the Titans on Sunday because Will Levis has been benched. He threw 3 picks on Sunday. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the most surprising thing I've seen this season, dead ass, is the fucking Jaguars and how bad they are.
That's fair.
I have 2 answers actually: the Jaguars being so bad, and the NFC West.
Right.
That that division fucking blows.
Which is usually the powerhouse of the NFC. Recently has been the powerhouse. So
that's the most shocking thing to me is like I thought Doug Peterson was gonna have a way different impact on the. I think he's fired this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the 2 most.
Because this was a playoff team, and it still should be a playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not gonna be. So moving on to NCAA football, there's not as much going on in the NCAA world. Yeah, we'll go here first. So Travis Hunter did win the Heisman, as we saw. He went 8 for 9 on possible awards he could win. Only one he didn't win was the Jim Thorpe Award, and he wasn't nominated for it.
Which is crazy.
So hear
to
me
say
out.
the
I'm gonna say
least.
this, right? So a lot of people think he's not. He shouldn't have won the Heisman. Ashton Gentry should have won. I'm not gonna argue. If we're going by single position standards, he wins. But Travis Hunter is top two in two different positions. That's why I think he won. I think they saw he makes such an impact on both sides of the football field. Like Colorado, obviously Colorado still wasn't the greatest. Shit, they almost won the Big 12.
They
They were
sucked.
one game away from winning the. It sucked. What's their record? The 9-3.
They sucked.
I say they sucked. They almost won the Big 12. But Travis Hunter, like, think about it. Take Travis Hunter off that team.
They still almost win the Big 12.
No, hell no.
Yes.
Fuck no.
If you replace him with at least a decent talent, I think so. So, all right. So let me get into my argument because it's gonna sound super one-sided. Travis Hunter deserved to win the Heisman. I wanted Ashton Jeanty to win. Travis Hunter deserved to win the Heisman. The best thing I heard was it's not about who the most productive player in college football was. It's about who the best overall player was. Travis Hunter, over the last 10 Heisman winners, had the lowest PFF of any Heisman winner. On the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball, he would have been bottom 10. He would have been 10th out of 10 for both sides. But his impact on the game is self-explanatory. So with that being said,
fucking ice cream truck outside in December? What the fuck? Sorry.
I know you're all good. Although I do think any other year Jeanty wins Heisman, I think Travis deserved it. He had too big of an impact on both sides of the football.
So listen, people, I have to say something I said on Twitter, actually. I said this on my personal Twitter. Travis Hunter, I called Travis Hunter winning the Heisman. Midway through the season, it was clear as fucking day for me. When he had 2 picks and 2 touchdowns in the same football game, I'm like, brother, it's people want to say, oh, he doesn't have any tackles. Look at the greatest cornerbacks to ever play the game of football and look how many tackles they have. I guarantee you there's corners that clear some of the greatest corners in tackles because they get targeted. Stephon Diggs, there's a reason, or Trevon Diggs is one of the top corners with tackles.
Right.
Because people are not scared to throw the fucking ball at him. Travis Hunter, people feared throwing the ball at him because, again, he just is more athletic than your wide receiver. He understands what it's like. So
we've also have seen breakdowns of him not attempting tackles whatsoever, to be fair, though.
Yeah, that is true. But I think if you're going to break down everybody's film, right? If we break down every corner's film, I think you would look, a lot of corners don't attempt to make tackles, I feel like. Because, again, I could be wrong. I'm not a defensive, I didn't play football. It's not my thing. It was not my sport. But I imagine that a lot of NFL corners probably don't have a lot of tackles. Like, how many tackles does Denzel Ward have? How many does, you know what I mean? Like, how many do these guys have?
So,
that aren't targeted tackles.
This is going to sound really funny, but Ohio State cornerbacks tackle. So Ward, for your that's a valid statement. Denzel Ward does tackle, though. There are, like, obviously very few ones. Tre'Davious White was a good tackler, but for the most part,
like Trayvon Diggs only tackles because he gets fucking thrown at 60 times a year.
So
my thing is, the argument of him not tackling, if you look at his pass breakups, his interceptions, when he is targeted, he was just simply wrapping that shit up. So it's just like, I don't think he got as much attention on the defensive end because he just didn't get targeted. And when he did get targeted, bro, there was multiple games.
See,
he had, like,
this is my problem, though. By the numbers and by the eye, you weren't the best offensive player in the nation. nor were you the best defensive player in the nation. You were top 3, 5 at
But you're top
on
5 in
each
both.
side, but you're
Yeah,
not.
that fucking Matt. What do you mean?
Would you rather?
Imagine, think about it like this. So imagine Ashton Jeanty. He's the number 1 running back in the country, right? That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine if he was also top 5 as a safety.
But he's number 1 at running back, correct?
But Travis Hunter is 1 or 2 best defensive backs in the country. Like, he should have been a Jim Thorpe Award finalist. There's no, like, that was straight just highway robbery. Because one of the guys that was nominated above him got targeted like 30 more times than Travis Hunter did. And again, I say what you want, but if you're not getting targeted, that's an impact. I feel like if people are distinctly throwing the ball,
what's tough is it's also college football, so like conference in
it all matters.
It definitely also matters because a wide receiver Nash just had the triple crown, but it doesn't really matter because he goes to who knows where.
Texas's corner, the guy that got, I can't remember his name.
I can't think of his name, but yes.
The guy that got nominated for the Jim Thorpe.
Mm-hmm.
Texas didn't play that good of a schedule. Like, granted, they played a couple solid squads, but when they weren't playing Georgia, or they were playing Southern Miss Tech, University of Brotherhood at the South Side, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they were playing. They were playing schools from fucking my hometown. Like, they were playing like Fontana U. You know what I mean? Like, that's what, like, they weren't playing anybody. So we can't use the strength of schedule thing because I think strength of schedule wise, Colorado had one of the toughest strength of schedules, and they played a lot of good teams that were supposed to be good. Now, let me not say that they were.
That's better.
Highly, but that's strength of schedule. You know what I mean? They don't know their strength of schedule. Like, so if you're looking at longevity, I think they played better quarterbacks than Texas did. Texas played Carson Beck, who threw 2 picks in that game. And the guy who won the Jim Thorpe Award didn't have either one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I think of impact on the football game, impact on the thing, I saw Travis Hunter's impact on Colorado. You saw it last year when he didn't play. Bro, the quarterbacks ended up giving up. The 3 games he didn't play, quarterbacks threw for 300 yards each game. But they didn't throw for 300 once when he played. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's impact. That's what that is to me.
How much does Dion and all of these transfer players also matter? That's going to be another conversation, but
I think no. I mean, well, obviously it matters, but that's subjective because how much do transfer portal players matter anyway?
So like you said, I disagree, but like you said, you take Travis Hunter off and you put, let's say, that Texas corner over there, Colorado doesn't miss a beat. They lose maybe, possibly one more. Yes, Texas would be better. Yes.
So are we saying put Travis Hunter in the same exact position on Texas?
Yes.
So he's playing both sides of the ball?
Yes. But listen, let me finish.
Travis Hunter is the number 1
player. Let me finish. You take, or it's even Morrison from Notre Dame, who's also a dog at corner. You put them on Colorado. Colorado does not miss a beat. You take Ashton Jeanty off of Boise State, I would bet $500,000 that I do not have that they are not a 3 seed in the college playoff bracket.
No, absolutely not. But if you take,
when you have to game plan against one player, there's a complete difference than when you have to game plan against a team that is going to put out 7 draft picks this year.
No. Ashton Jeanty had a case to win the Heisman Trophy. If it was based off of, again, he ran into a bad year to be a Heisman finalist. If Ashton Jeanty was 1 year younger and he did this next year, he's walking away with the high.
Or if it wasn't a popularity contest.
I don't think it's a popularity contest. I think it simply went off the fact that Travis Hunter made an impact on both sides of the ball. I think that's simply it, like, no matter what people want to say, he had elite stats on both sides. He had 1,100 receiving yards.
And then the other player had historic stats. Numbers that won't be repeated
But he did it
for a
on
while.
two sides of the ball. He was elite on two sides. So that's
He
what it
was
comes down to.
he was
It's
great.
elite
He
on
wasn't
both sides.
historic. He was great on two sides of the ball. Yes. One was
I think
historic
I
on
think
one
more so
side.
elite.
The
I
other,
think elite on he was elite on both sides. Like people did game plan around Travis Hunter.
he was elite on the defensive side. On offense, he was great.
1100. I mean, he had 1100 receiving yards
That's fair.
while also playing defense. While also having, I don't know how many picks he had. I had it in my head and I forgot. I want to say he had like. I don't want to quote be wrong. I'm gonna be completely fucking wrong if I try to guess that. Damn it! I had it. I want to say he had 8.
Mind you, if Ashton Jeanty would have won the Heisman, he would have had the highest PFF by over 9 points in Heisman history. Just a fun fact there.
So Travis Hunter had 92 receptions for 1,152 yards, 14 touchdowns. He averaged 12.5 yards per reception. That does not fucking tell me his offensive stats, or his defensive stats. Are we so set up? So he had 6 interceptions last year. So he had 14 touchdowns on the offensive end, 6 picks, 2 pick sixes. That's fucking impactful, bro. Like that's damn. That's damn on both sides. Like,
That's elite on defense. That's
if you
good to
Hunter,
great on offense.
take the name Travis Hunter off of those stats, right? Let's just say it was just some Joe Schmo from
That
Montana.
again, that is elite on defense, good to great on offense.
So if I'm elite on one side and great on the other, and I don't take a fucking snap off of football,
In college, not in the NFL, in college.
We're not talking about the fucking. We're not talking
Okay.
about the NFL.
In the other, in the opposing candidate had a historic.
I don't think he does
season.
that in the NFL. We want to talk about NFL.
Historic season.
I don't think Ashton Jeanty does that in the NFL.
He is. He will. I think it'll be.
So.
I think a lot will be. Nah.
Bro, some dirty ass NFL player. You know these dirty ass third string safeties.
My comp for him. He's not in the NFL. He won't be this player. But my comparison for him is Adrian Peterson. Is my comparison for Jeanty. I think unfortunately it goes the DeMarco Murray route. Unfortunately, but I see him as Adrian Peterson.
No. Don't disrespect Jeanty like that.
DeMarco Murray was a dog. Things just fell off.
Real bad at the end.
He's injuries suck. We running backs. It's a tough position.
Thank God, Ashton Jeanty is a healthy running back. He has no injury history. I just think the standing straight up thing's not going to work in the league. Because again, people will fucking hit, like, them NFL dudes don't care, bro. One of them safeties will put a helmet right to your kneecap. Didn't the Bills safety get fucking tears ACL because the dude hit him in the knee?
Yeah.
And then the next week the dude did it again.
But you also have to understand this is a player that's he's not that he's not looking for contact, but he's not Derrick Henry in a sense, you know. He's not.
Yeah, bro, but these dudes don't give a shit. He's gonna have like a 10-yard run, and one of them's just gonna come and just right at his kneecap. And then it ends up like RG3. Remember how RG3 used to run? How he never went down, and then fucking tore his ACL twice, and then out the league forever. That I don't want to see that happen to Ashton Jeanty. You know what I mean? Because I think realistically, if he gets, I think he's fundamentally a step away from becoming. He could be top 5 best running backs in the NFL. I just think people are going to critique his fundamentals because you hear him talk about like, oh, I've never watched film on a running back. That's cool. That's great. You're still great. You're phenomenal, but you gotta do your homework because there's running backs that I think could be better.
Yeah.
Boise State just fed dude. Like, if we're being honest, I don't think he does that in the SEC.
Why not?
Because I don't think he gets the same touches.
That's
Like an SEC defense is not gonna let every game go on for 250. They're gonna
Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. If there was
Yeah,
countless names in the
that's a
SEC, the SEC is ground and pound.
Big Ten. I don't think he does that in the Big Ten.
Runs all
I
over.
think because the lines.
Nick Singleton just ran all over the Big Ten.
Yeah, Nick
Singleton, I think Jeanty's not getting the credit he deserves because he's at Boise State.
I think he might be getting a little too.
You. Here we go. You replace Jeanty and Travis Hunter on teams. Travis Hunter wins the Heisman. Boise State has 2 wins, maybe. Colorado is in the playoffs. Guaranteed. You can't even do that. And then you give Shador a running back like that he can rely on. Colorado is in the playoffs. Because we just watched Jeanty the playoffs will tell the real deal. Almost isn't good enough. We know this.
No, I get it.
Close but no cigar.
If we're being honest, like listen.
There's a lot of teams that were almost in a play. There's a lot.
Gentry's great. He is.
Not great. He's historically great, and the numbers show that. If we're talking college, like you just told me, historically, he had the best season ever. He didn't get the touches Walter Payton had. He didn't get the touches Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram had, and he had more touchdown and more yards than these players with less carries. Granted, in less competition. But then I would use that same argument for Travis Hunter playing in the Big 12 opposed to the SEC or the Big 10, which are the 2 real powerhouses.
They both played in butt conferences.
I see.
That's what I'm saying.
Colorado's in the playoffs with Jeanty in the backfield. Boise State wins 2 games with Travis Hunter out there. Maybe 2 might be a little, but they don't go to a bowl game. They don't even go to a bowl game.
That's not comparable because Boise State's quarterback is fucking who? Like, what's his name?
Colorado's offensive line blows.
Oh my God.
Does it not?
They do, but that's what I'm saying. So he wouldn't get the same fucking yards.
Yes, Boise State doesn't have one projected offensive lineman to go to the draft this year. Not one of them.
I guarantee one of their linemen are every single fucking one of them are over 300 pounds.
That skill matters. 6'6", and 0 of them will go to the NFL.
Who gives a fuck? We're not talking about the NFL. We're talking about right now.
They have no skill. Their offensive line is worse than Colorado's.
No.
Yes, it has to be.
Their offensive line is worse than Colorado's?
Has to be.
No, absolutely not.
Has to be.
Colorado's is I'm pretty sure ranked like one of the lowest in the Power 5. Like Shador Sanders has been sacked, I'm pretty sure the most in the country.
But he also plays a big impact into that.
But he does. But your offensive line still, that shit fucking sucks. Their best offensive line is a true freshman. That big, Jay Sutton.
I've seen a video of him on Twitter. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that big motherfucker is their best offensive lineman, and he's a true freshman. One of them Boise State dudes is, it don't matter if they get drafted, they're going to get signed because people like Mountain West motherfuckers.
No.
Listen, Bill Belichick. All right, you know what? Hold on. Listen, Bill Belichick's the coach of UNC now. Fuck it, I don't care. You know what his first fucking signing was? A 6'6", 300-pound center from guess where? Fucking Holy Cross.
That's fair.
I don't give a fuck about a star. Some of the best offensive linemen ever were 0 stars. Because offensive line is like, that's not something you can't teach being fucking huge. You can't teach being.
But you can teach being elite. You can teach being Joe Thomas.
You can't teach being big. I can teach a 0-star how to be a 3-star footwork wise. I can't teach a 3-star that's 6'3", 210. I can't teach them to be 3 inches taller, 110 pounds bigger.
But you can teach them footwork, and then they move to tight end.
you're talking about switching positions now.
Which is fine. We've seen it plenty times.
Yeah, but why are we having to switch positions? Play fucking offensive line.
If you're not that size, you wouldn't play that position naturally. Right?
What? Why are we switching positions?
We're never playing offensive line because we're only 6'3", 240 pounds. So once we left high school, we got off of the offensive line.
I can't teach you to be bigger. You know what I mean? Like, I can't teach you to be a bigger dude, but I can teach the bigger dudes how to be better offensive linemen. Does that make sense? So I feel like the reason these offensive lines fucking blow is maybe their coaches aren't. Because again, that Jordan Sutton kid is fucking like, he's 6'6", like 490. That dude is a goddamn house. Like, he might weigh more than my fucking car. Like, bro is just a unit. You can teach him how to have the footwork, the hands of somebody who is going to be the greatest at Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson is ginormous. And he was not that good when he got to Notre Dame. When he got there, he was not that great. Didn't even play his first year. Developed. You know what I'm saying?
Somewhat.
Colorado's offensive line could just be completely, they just don't know how to fucking use it. Because you have
that's
that
fair,
dude, bro. You're not developing him, obviously. So I think the offensive line, like, no. I don't think he would have put up the same numbers at Colorado.
I think he puts up better.
No fucking way. You think Prime's taking the ball out of fucking Shador's hands that much? We gotta be subjective with that one, buddy. We gotta be real about that one.
Hey.
We gotta be real about that one.
Hey, if it gets you in the playoffs, maybe.
They could have gotten to the playoffs this year if he just stopped trying to fucking have Shiloh play starting safety. Listen, bro. People make decisions based off of biases. I don't think he'd have got the same love at Colorado. I think I think he would go there and could be a completely different player. He'd be one of the guys that was too talented to be at Colorado and got wasted. Because I just don't think they have the coaching staff to realize that they had an Ashton Jeanty.
That's fair.
Travis Hunter, he knew Travis Hunter because Travis Hunter came from Jackson State with him. So he already knew what he was going to do. What do you know about Ashton Jeanty? Nothing. If he was like a transfer from let's say last year, he was like, all right, I'm a transfer to Colorado. And Travis Hunter's like, you know what? I'm feeling Boise State. Travis Hunter gets whatever he wants, does whatever he wants, both sides of the ball, probably has better stats offensively because he's the only person they're targeting. Because if you want to be honest with you, Shador was targeting Jimmy Horn Jr. I can't think of the other kid's name. He's pretty fucking good. What's his name? I'm so bad with names. I'm good with faces.
I want to say or him.
He had two other guys. He had two other guys on his squad that he was throwing the ball to just as equally. So it's like
equally is crazy, but yeah.
I mean, if you look at the targets, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Horn Jr. had second most targets on the team. And then third was the other. So like Travis Hunter had the most targets, but he wasn't just throwing the ball to Travis Hunter specifically only. At Boise State, it would have changed their dynamic. They wouldn't have been a run-only team. So I'm pretty sure their quarterback didn't even throw the ball, but like 20 times a game, 25 times a game, which sounds like, oh, that's a lot. That's really low end on a Power 5. I guess they're not considered Power 5, but
I get what you mean.
High level
college football team.
The fucking playoff football. You're a playoff team. Playoff football. That's
I mean,
on the lower
unless you have Ashton Jeanty in your backfield.
But so what I'm saying is, if Travis Hunter was there, I think he would have got more targets than he did at Colorado because he would have been the best wide receiver they had probably ever seen. Boise State, they're probably like, God, you're the best thing ever walked through Boise State wide receiver.
Listen though, let me go back to my argument. Reverse for 1 second. My argument was Boise State wins 2 games. Travis Hunter wins the Heisman. Clear is what I said. But Boise State wins 2 games. Colorado with Jeanty in the backfield clearly goes to the playoff. It's no struggle.
I
It's
don't
no
think it's.
almost.
I don't think
It's
it's
no
much of a.
5, 6 teams ahead of them. They go clear.
I don't know that it's that big of like a discrepancy.
We've seen the most historic running backs season we've ever seen. I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. Is the most historic by the number. Was it the most beautiful? Was it Reggie Bush cutting across the field, make me fall in love? No. But by the numbers, it was statistically the best year
And
I
no,
have
I can
ever
argue.
seen from a running back.
I
Maybe it's a
cannot
little
argue.
biased because I am a running back at heart, but it was
I
the
don't think anybody
best
can
year
argue.
we've ever seen by a running back. It
And
is
nobody. I don't think anybody can
almost
argue.
the best year we've seen from a player in 10, 15 years. Maybe not that far because Joe Burrow's year was kind of insane. But
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's gonna argue that. I don't think like I don't think there was a wrong choice between the two of
right.
them.
That's the yeah.
Like that's
That's
the
what it
thing.
comes down to.
I don't think Travis was a bad pick. I don't think Gentry would have been a bad pick. I think what it comes down to is what I don't like is people trying to discredit Travis's Heisman because like popularity. I think it's again one of those things like he did have to be good to be there. It's not like he's just some scrub that everybody hyped up and now he's there. Like I don't think Dylan Gabriel should have been there. Personally, I don't think Dylan Gabriel deserved to be top 4 Heisman Trophy like
Why
finalist.
why was he there?
Because that's popularity.
Popularity. That's
But
what
that's
the
Travis saying
entire
like that's
Heisman
popularity.
race is.
But so is if we're gonna do that, then so is every award ever.
Yes.
Because this year, Josh Allen's probably not gonna win
At
MVP.
least at least recently, yes. It's
Saquon
awards
Barkley
are
will
all
probably win MVP this year. If I had to pick an MVP, it would be between Josh Allen or Saquon. Because they're both having historical years. You want to talk historical? Josh Allen's about to break every fucking Bills record ever to ever exist this year.
oh, he's
Most
just
points in
records,
he's already
period.
just broke the record for most points in 2 games. About to break the record for most points in 3 games. Saquon's about to break the all-time rushing record for a season. Like, you see what I mean? So it's like if it's a popularity contest, who wins that popularity vote? I would say Josh Allen.
Yeah. He's a quarterback.
I don't
MVP is a
think
quarterback's
yes,
award.
but I don't think he wins MVP. I think Saquon wins.
Over a running back, no shot. Because Christian McCaffrey deserved it and didn't get it. I don't think a running back wins it. It sucks, but I just don't think they do.
Saquon's.
Especially with the record difference, the record comparison. No, it's not much, but no.
What are the Eagles' records?
They only have. I want to say they only have 2 losses, 2 or 3 losses.
Maybe the Eagles are 11 or 12-2, or 11-3. And what's your guys' record?
Same. I want to say we're 11-3. No,
Both
Baltimore
11-3?
4 maybe. Baltimore. And now I'm over here. Something completely different. 11-3. And Philly's 12-2. That'll be interesting.
So that you see my point. If we're going popularity, Josh Allen doesn't win that award.
Yes.
I don't think.
Yes.
I think Saquon this year is gonna end up being more popular. He's not more popular than fucking Josh Allen.
No
That's
way.
not what I'm saying at all. In no
You're
way, shape, or form.
No, listen.
No. But it's unfortunate.
I would bet money there is no way running back wins over quarterback. It's just too bad. It's bad marketing. It doesn't.
Here's my thing that I think happens. If Saquon breaks the all-time rushing record for the season, if he breaks that record, he has to.
The record that Derrick Henry already broke and didn't win MVP for.
Right. That's that. But they can't do it twice.
Yes, they can,
There's
and
no
they
fuck-
will.
I don't think they will. I don't think so. They got like something eventually because again, it can't always be a quarterback award.
It is. That's the unfortunate truth.
But then it's same thing should be the Heisman. Like that's what you see my point. Like normally the best player on a football team is like
No.
it's not ever that.
I think
There's
it's
a
a
lot
I
of
think it's a
NFL
difference.
MVPs that have
There's a
won it that
big
I think
difference
had better
between
players.
I think there's one too big a player pool in college football to in comparison to the NFL, and it's there's a so like the most popular receiver in the NFL will never be as popular as the most popular quarterback. As unfortunate as that is, Justin Jefferson's name will never hold the same clout as Patrick Mahomes' name right now. Travis Hunter, as a wide receiver, DB, whatever you want to call him, is the most popular player in college football right now, and it's not even close. And the greatest NFL corner of all time, son, is out there, and he's not the most. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's with college, it's a touch bit different than the NFL, but I do understand the argument. Because if we're talking flat out skill, Justin Jefferson may be the best player in the league. If not Josh Allen, Mahomes, Justin Jefferson may just be because he's just a freak, but his name will never hold the weight Mahomes's will.
Yeah, I can see that. But it's just one of those things, man. When you bring popularity into it, it's
It
all
sucks.
right,
It
look,
destroys everything. It destroys the
NBA
whole
MVP.
purpose of it.
NBA MVP is 100% a popularity contest.
Yes.
Defense Player of the Year, 100% is popularity contest.
Yes.
All these things are popularity contests.
And that's a good point. As you see, as it becomes a lower player selection, it becomes more and more about popularity. College football has 100 and so schools with however 95 or 85 kids on the roster. The NFL is less, the NBA is so it's like as the player count gets less, it becomes more and more about popularity. So maybe not college football so much. I just kind of disproved my point.
Yeah,
The
it's kind of
NFL is
weird.
just unfortunate.
It's a weird situation to be in. Because I think if you have such a big player pool, it's hard to make it a popularity contest because it doesn't matter. The most popular person in college football, I don't think is Travis Hunter. Genuinely, like if you talk about the most like talked about person, people don't really realize it. I think it's fucking Quinn Ewers. I think every time I turn on any talking show, it's is Quinn Ewers gonna do this? Is Quinn Ewers gonna do this? It's always been Quinn Ewers since he's been in college. Next year, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be fucking Arch Manning. They're never gonna stop talking about Arch Manning. Matter of fact, they don't stop talking about that motherfucker.
I thought that's who you were gonna say was gonna be Arch, to be honest, because
It's both the Texas
I'd have to
quarterbacks.
disagree. I hear
Both of them.
Travis's name. I hear Shador's name 100 times more than I hear Quinn Ewers. I've only heard his name once the injury began.
Every time I turn on fucking ESPN,
To be
it's
honest,
Quinn
to
Ewers.
be honest, even before that, it was all Ryan Williams. That's all was all I was hearing.
That's why
Was Ryan
I don't.
Williams.
So like I think the popularity argument is kind of whack because I don't think Travis Hunter is the most popular player in college football. I really don't. Now, is he a popular player in college football? Yeah, no doubt. But I don't think he's the most popular matter of fact, I think Cam Ward might be more popular in college football than
There's no shot.
everybody. Bro, everybody talks about Cam Ward. Everybody thinks Cam Ward's first overall pick. When they were hot and they were killing, when they were fucking what were they? 10 and 0, 9 and 0. When they were fucking cooking, that's everybody was talking about. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is what Washington State had. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then they lost twice.
Same thing. Continue. Same thing happened with Ryan Williams. Alabama was looking good. There's a 17-year-old, two-time Mr. Alabama, would have been three-time. Oh my God. Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State, a 6'4" freshman, blah, blah, blah. The narrative, it kept shifting. It kept shifting. But you know what? The one name that was there all year, even last year, even at Jackson State, who cared? It was Travis Hunter, non-stop. Granted, a lot of that is because you have Deion Sanders coaching you, but I think Travis Hunter is the most popular, and it's not even. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's remotely close.
Maybe. Fuck. I don't know that I would say Travis Hunter is the most popular player in college football.
I mean, it's well deserved. To be fair, playing two sides of the ball is well deserved, but we don't hear NFL Hall of Famers talking about Quinn Ewers. They don't care about Quinn Ewers. They're not talking about Jeremiah Smith, but for 2 weeks, they're talking about Trav. They want to talk to him. They want to interview. Cam Newton went to the game, got on the field to try and talk to him. Like these players are interested. They want to know what's going on in his head. You know what I'm saying? Which, respectfully,
I think a lot of that might be Dion.
A lot of that is him. I have to agree.
So we spent a lot of time on the Heisman. So
Yeah.
Moving on to the next thing that we've touched on the transfer portal before, but this is kind of the first thing that I've seen a coach kind of make like a big stand on it. So Josh Heupel says Tennessee players entering transfer portal will not play in playoff games.
I love that. Yes.
Like Arizona State's head coach, he said that if you're entering the transfer portal, you can play. Will help you. Blah blah blah. No, Josh Heupel said, "Fuck you. If you're out, you're out." What do you think about that?
So, I understand both sides completely. As a coach, as an organization, if you're not here, go. We don't want you. We're not going to help you out anymore if this is not where you want to be. That's not fair. But on the other foot, as a player who's only in college, you're still a kid working towards your dream, do what's best for you. If a different team is better for you, go for it. Obviously, we see players transfer, which I'm not a fan of at all. But if it's better for you, so I understand both sides. But I'm a big fan of a coach finally taking a stand and saying, "All right, this is enough. This is this.
Yeah.
I'm a football coach at the end of the day, and I'm here for this team to win. If you're not a part of this team, get out."
Right. And it's like, so here's my thing. I think the transfer portal date needs to be moved. Let the national championship happen.
So
let the national championship happen. Let all of that go.
What's crazy to me is that the transfer portal opens up on December 9th and is only open for 20 days. So these are kids, obviously talking to their parents, talking to
before it even happened.
Exactly. These kids have to make a decision like this. So this has to be something they're thinking of before the transfer portal even. Oh, so it's like it's a horrible. Exactly. The timing for it is horrible. And then you have
they've already said Bill Belichick was tampering with what is that kid's Arch Manning? They're
right.
saying that he's trying to he's reached out to them trying to get him to transfer to Texas.
And then the transfer portal is open for 4 days during the beginning of bowl week, which is there are players legitimately playing. It just makes no sense.
Wait until the national championship game is January sometime. Let it be after.
Exactly.
Well, now it's not going to be till like mid-January, almost end of January because of the playoff. But let it fucking close and let the season.
Even if you make it the weekend after, like just let the season finish.
Make it the day after.
Can you imagine? Can Tyreek Hill signing a contract with in Cincinnati week 13 of the season? Like, yeah, I'm not over there yet, but I'm still here in Miami. But I don't want to be here. I'm just here. Like it.
Right.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't. It's one of those things that like we got to do something.
Something has to happen because that timing is just. It's bad on both ends. Like I said, for the athlete, you have less than 3 weeks to make a decision that's going to impact you for the rest of your life. And as a coach, you got players that you don't even know if they want to be here or not. And then you got a playoff game coming up.
Yeah, I'm okay with Josh Heupel saying.
Yes.
I'm okay with Josh Heupel telling people, get up out of here. Yeah, I think the transfer portal date needs to be moved. It needs to be after bowl season. But this is something that I think both of us are going to kind of be hype about. I think so. Michael Vick has been named the head coach at Norfolk State.
So super excited.
I saw some stuff. Everybody wants to bring up like the stuff he did and like all that shit. Listen, shit happens, right? Like what he did was wrong. He knows it. He served jail time for it.
Exactly.
Like he now does things in the community to better it. Like he's just Michael Vick's a good dude who just
He
didn't
didn't
want
run
to.
from it. He did exactly. He dealt with it.
He
He
manned up
learned
and
from
owned
it.
it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm hype as fuck to see him be a head coach.
I would like to
I
see
want.
more players in the coaching scene.
So I would like to see more coaches take chances on smaller schools. So like Dion. Dion went to a HBCU, Jackson State. Um, Mike Vick, Jackson State or Norfolk State.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see more guys go to the lower end schools, like the smaller D1 schools, and try to make them into fucking powerhouses. Because now look,
Especially when you
Boise
can
State.
exactly. You can recruit kids that will come. They'll come.
So Norfolk State's actually trying to get into the Pac-12.
That'd be interesting.
It's a huge fucking jump.
Right.
Sacramento State is also trying to get in the Pac-12.
Hmm.
So shout out to Mike Vick getting the job at Norfolk State. So the question I have for NCAA football is what's been the most surprising thing this NFL this NCAA football season?
Surprising. I don't know if this would be surprising to everybody, but I have to say two historic seasons in one is crazy. We will never see what Travis Hunter did again. I won't say never. There will be a long time before we see what Travis Hunter did, and it'll be a long time before we see what Ashton Jeanty did, and they both did it in the same year is
Crazy.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think that
Is
I
like
think
the fact that
we look back
the
10 years from now, it's gonna be insane.
exactly there's too much focus on who should have won and not the fact that both just had seasons that will
generational.
go down forever.
They had 2 seasons. People like to say the term like, "Oh, this will feed families for generations." These 2 seasons they just had are gonna feed families for fucking ration.
And we've seen it twice
are
in
gonna
1 year. It's
Same
crazy.
time, week to week, they were battling to who had the better week. That's a good one. I'm gonna throw a crazy one at you. I didn't see Florida State sucking so fucking bad.
That's fair.
You go 13-1 last year. You missed college football playoff. You bitch and moan, and
Mm-hmm.
then you go. They suck.
The worst team in Florida.
And it's crazy to say too.
Yeah.
Because the University of Florida has sucked for a long time.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one. That's a good one. Cause I definitely
them stinking in football was not on my 2024 bingo card.
being at the bottom of the ACC is tough work.
SMU winning the ACC or coming in second in the ACC. You know what's crazy? Didn't I call SMU winning the ACC?
Like week 4, week 3. Yeah.
One game away from being fucking right again.
I want to say they were playing Louisville when you called that, and you picked SMU, and I'm like, Louisville's gonna smack SMU. No way.
And I remember what I said. I said, watch, SMU's gonna win the fucking. Because they almost won their conference last year. They're pretty fucking good. I like SMU.
Yeah.
Hot take here. I think SMU is my favorite to be in the top 4 next year. A new school that's in the top 4. I think a lot of transfer portal people, they're gonna get a lot of love because they're hot and new on the scene, and their coach is a fucking G.
And it's Texas. I mean,
tax-free state, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Tax-free state, baby. No state tax on that fucking NIL money. Come on down to Doug's Dimmadome.
Right.
So no, I think SMU's they're another surprising thing that I think happened this year. Yeah, man, fuck. A lot of football. We got a couple things of basketball that I wrote down because I thought was interesting. So the first thing for basketball, Asia Wilson has signed a 6-year contract extension with Nike in one of the richest shoe deals for a women's basketball player. So it does rank, I think, second to Juju Watkins.
Another massive W for the game of basketball.
Another huge W just for the brand. The brand
Yeah.
is Nike. Asia Wilson's tough.
For sure.
Look, when I start hooping again, I'll wear some Asia Wilsons. Fuck, I want some Paige Beckers.
I was just about to say they're one of the most shoes right up.
I want some Pages.
These are hard.
Really, I want some Breonna Stewarts. I want some Stewies.
Those are hard too. Yeah.
Or some Sabrinas.
I don't think I've seen hers.
Them SBs are nice. But yeah, it's about time that women start getting that love in like the endorsement world, because Asia Wilson's been an anchor in the game
for a while. Yeah.
Long time. Longer than she's been nice forever.
Yeah.
So
big W for the game.
Former Lakers coach Darvin Ham is now 14-0 in the NBA Cup. Was it Darvin Ham's fault with the Lakers last year? Or is he one of those guys that's just built to be an assistant coach?
I think it's more that. It was Ham, but it was also the Lakers. Mm-hmm. I just don't think maybe not yet. Give it a little bit of time. I just don't think.
They have a worse record right now than they did with Darvin.
Right.
To start the season.
Right.
Take that and do what you want with it. But JJ ain't looking too hot right now either.
Yeah.
Just think when you have all your eggs in LeBron James' basket, and LeBron James is 41 years old. Right? Fucking 80 years old, however old he is.
Street clothes Anthony Davis. It's a tough situation.
Yeah. Street clothes Davis. Yeah, I think Darvin Ham one of those guys that's just built to be a sideline guy, like a assistant coach. I don't think he's built to be an NBA head coach. Not yet.
Not yet, at least. Give him some time. He could be good.
This made me laugh, not for the fact that it happened, but for the fact of how it happened. So some madness occurred. So the Hornets recently gifted the kid a PS5 during a halftime show at one of their games. Then took away the PS5 off camera and gave the kid a jersey instead. Today, the Hornets issued an apology and will now be giving him a PS5 and VIP tickets to a future game.
That kid hates the Hornets for life. No way.
When he grows up, bro, when he grows up, he's got to be an NBA star, and he's got to drop 100 on him.
Literally. Oh, man.
Oh, my fuck.
I didn't hear about that. That's tough.
Yo, it happened yesterday. That shit. I'm ashamed.
That's a tough one.
I'm ashamed to say I've been to a Hornets game. I went to a game when they were the fucking Bobcats still.
Right?
When fucking Ben Gordon was still playing for them.
Gerald Wallace.
Bro, Gerald Wallace used to be nice.
Yeah.
Dog. When I read that shit, I was like, how the hell do you give a kid a PS5? And like, just kidding, get a signed Miles Bridges jersey.
Yeah, gotcha. You want a LaMelo? Or you want a Trey Mann?
Bro got a Trey Mann jersey, but he could pay $10 to upgrade it to LaMelo. That's fucked up. The Hornets suck. But they are giving him a PS5, and they're giving him VIP tickets to a future game.
At least they're trying to make up for it, but that's just...
Nah, bro.
That's unfortunate.
Fuck your VIP tickets, right?
I hate the Hornets. Whoever the Hornets' biggest rival, that's now, as that kid, that's my favorite team. Yeah, die hard now.
I'm that kid. Any divisional rival.
Yeah, straight die hard.
Getting them tatted on me. So, the Nuggets have shown some interest in Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram, Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Johnson, and Jonas Valanciunas. League sources say the focus is on Zach LaVine in recent discussions is significant. So I think the Nuggets are getting ready to pull off a trade. So here's the thing: if you're the Nuggets and you get Zach LaVine, you got to trade Michael Porter Jr., right? Because them
probably.
Two motherfuckers ain't seen a shot they don't like.
And Zach LaVine's contract is absurd. Mm-hmm.
So you got to give up MPJ because you ain't taking shots away from fucking Jokic.
Right.
Jokic better win his fucking 4th MVP.
I'd even argue Jamal Murray getting shots before Zach LaVine. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in because Zach LaVine's a hooper.
Exactly.
I just don't think I think somebody like Cam Johnson makes more sense.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot.
3-and-D.
He ain't seen a shot he don't like either.
Brandon Ingram's about to try and break the bank this offseason. He's due for a contract.
He doesn't make no sense either. Yeah, it's a weird one. That's a weird fit. I don't know how that would work. It would all depend on who they gave up. I
Right.
think, truthfully. But yeah, the league source. Yeah. So Zach Levine, we'll see. See what that move is like. Speaking
Does
of
that
trades, the Lakers are not willing to trade LeBron or Anthony Davis. We were just talking about it. They're not willing to trade either one of them. I think it's time.
yeah, to trade both of them.
Yeah. Maybe not so much AD, but Braun. Yeah, it's time.
I think you move AD before Bron just because you get a bigger haul for Anthony Davis than you do for LeBron. But
I don't think so, bro. I don't think you get much for LeBron.
that's what I'm saying. You'd get more for AD, so that's why I'm moving
I
AD.
don't think you're getting much for AD either, bro.
Yeah,
Realistically,
probably
honest
not.
to God, their
Team
market.
and
I don't
there
think
are
their market.
teams that are know you're desperate, so they'll play with you.
Yeah, they'll get you whatever. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't know. Trademark is weird. The NBA trademark has always been weird
Yeah,
because like you never know where somebody's gonna go.
right.
Um, brother, I don't like talking about this shit, but it's so funny, bro. So DeJounte Porter is said to be sentenced tomorrow on criminal charges for conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Porter is expected to receive at least 3 to 4 years in prison. And this is Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, by the way. Yeah, bro's going to jail for betting on NBA games. And yeah.
So at what point is logic just completely thrown out the
So
window?
just hold on real quick. Just to make this point, he bet more money than he won. He bet like 36 grand at one point, but only won like 15.
And it's saying
He
he
was
has a
losing.
gambling
He was
addiction.
losing on betting on him fucking self. By the way, he was betting on himself to get less or over, and he would fuck that up somehow. You're an idiot at that point. Like you're just stupid.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever you were about to say about me was about to be way too nice. Fuck logic. Fucking, you're just stupid. You just don't have your brain is not occupying your head. Your brain is no longer there. You so what? You're betting on yourself. I'm gonna go get less than 7 points, and you're just out there like team.
I just dropped
You're betting on
17.
yourself to get the under. Like what do you do? Like what are we talking about? You're bad at being bad. What the fuck?
That's pretty bad.
Because he was betting on nothing but unders. He was betting on nothing but unders on himself. That's where the wire transfer fraud comes in because he was sending people money to put on the unders.
That's insane.
You're bad at being bad.
That's a new that's a new type of idiocy. Ah,
Shit baffles me, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. It
and that's an understatement.
yeah, it brother. That that's the last topic we have. Yeah, I figured that was such a good one to end on. His bro's going to prison for being bad at being bad.
That's beyond me.
Oh my fucking goodness, brother. But yeah, man. It's good to be back.
Indeed,
Um,
indeed.
obviously we're gonna take next Wednesday off because it's Christmas. I mean, we'll talk, but we could do like a night Christmas show.
True.
Um, yeah, we may be back for Christmas. We may do Christmas night, dress up, fucking get festive, get comfy. Yes, we'll be back. Fun to be back. Um, we will be back more consistently. I was moving. new job, shit like that. Trying to adjust to the new schedule, see where we wanted to be, what we wanted to be. We got that figured out now. So we'll be back. We're here. Yeah, man, it was fun. But I have four
Banger
crazy stats
episode.
before we go. I have 4 CT's crazy stats today before we go. So the first one is, I've already said it. I spoiled my own crazy stat today. So the Bills have scored 90 points in their last 2 games. That's the most in franchise history. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it's a post I saw. I didn't fact check it. Just guys, I believe the internet. I believe Josh. I believe in Josh Allen. That's all I give a fuck about. If it ain't for Josh Allen, I wouldn't give a fuck about the Bills, to be honest with you. But in Josh, we trust, baby.
Yes,
that's my MVP pick, man. In Josh, we trust. I want him to win the Super Bowl. Damn it, I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes' punk ass. Listen, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, you got to do something. You got to dye your hair blue,
brother. I'll dye it blue and red. I'll go half and half.
No, you gotta do your head. You gotta do your hair red, your beard blue.
That's a deal.
Look like a fucking Bobo the Clown. Okay?
I got an ornament on my tree right now that says all I want for Christmas is the Bills to get 1 Super Bowl. Just 1, brother. I just need 1.
You guys, you'll get one. You'll get one. So this second crazy stat is kind of crazy. The Celtics have won more games in DC so far this season than the Wizards. Boston has won 3 games in DC versus the Wizards, but the Wizards have only won 2 games at home this year. The Wizards fucking suck.
Yo, jeez.
Yeah, that's not a good one. That's not.
They're on pace for a historically bad. No.
Crazy stat number 3. Jeff Garcia was 29 years old when he took his first NFL snaps. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler who played 11 years in the NFL and finished with a career win-loss record of 58 and 58.
Oh, wow.
Bro played 11, so he was 30. He was 41 when he retired.
Wow.
Imagine having an 11-year NFL career and you started playing at 29.
Right?
Final crazy stat. Trey McBride's receiving stats this season. He has 89 receptions. Is 89 receptions for 938 yards with 0 touchdowns. That's the most receptions without a receiving touchdown in a single NFL season in NFL history.
Wow.
Kyler Murray tweeted out yesterday, "We're going to get McBride in the end zone, I promise."
That's tough.
That is tough as shit. That's a tough stat to be on the bad side of. But yeah, that's all I got. Do you have anything ready? Or
I do. I have 2 takes here.
I figured you did.
Bobby's bold takes. The first one hurts my feelings, and it's kind of a topic we've been discussing a decent amount this episode, and it's about the NFL MVP. And as much as it pains me, I do not think it's Josh Allen that wins MVP this year. It's a popularity contest. And I think Lamar Jackson wins another MVP this year.
I can see that.
Unfortunately. I think that there's more people that love him. There's more people that like Lamar than like Josh Allen.
I love fucking Lamar.
Yeah. So I do think that. And my second one may be a little bit crazy, but I'm predicting it. I think the Pels end up re-signing Brandon Ingram. I don't think they move him, and I think they end up moving Zion. I think they move on from Zion. They sell high, even though it's not going to be the highest. I think they sell early and they move on from Zion.
Can I add something to that I think maybe even fucking crazier?
Talk to me.
I think he goes to Golden State.
I could definitely see that.
Could you imagine him and Steph on the same team?
Oh my God. Oh my
He's
God.
just fucking healthy.
If you give Steph, and you know I'm not even a fan of this man. Yeah, I've said it a million times. If you give him any co-star, they're at least Western Conference Finals contenders.
So they're a playoff team right now. They're in 8th spot right now, and they got, if playoffs started today.
And I would call them a fringe contender for a ring. I don't think
they would be the best 8th seed to ever exist.
Right. I think they would struggle with Minnesota, Dallas, Boston. I do think they could beat all of those teams. I think it would be a struggle. But you give Curry anyone. I think that's another hot spot for Zach Levine. I think that's somewhere Zach
Yeah.
Levine could end up.
Well, they just got Dennis Schroeder.
Right.
Which is good. That means Dennis Schroeder's gonna play point and Steph's gonna play more off the ball, like
Mm-hmm.
he played with Sean Livingston.
And Schroeder's coming off a good year last year. He's been playing decent this year.
He's averaging 24 this year.
Yeah.
He's averaging 24 for the Nets. So I think Zion ends up getting traded to Golden State, or Brandon Ingram ends up in Golden State. One of the two Pelicans will end up in Golden State. That's my hottest take right now.
I could definitely see
add
that.
on to what you're saying. Just because I had to, because I read that earlier and I was like, damn, that's a good destination. That's a crazy thing. That's crazy as fuck. You use that as your bold take, and I read that earlier.
That's funny. I came up with that one this morning.
I was like, I knew you were gonna say some.
There's a bunch of people talking about BI right now. I just think the health. They end up moving up from Zion. Get the draft capital. Get what you can get.
Keep CJ. Hold on to CJ, BI. Get a bunch of draft capital.
So yeah, Trey Murphy. Yeah, exactly.
You'll get somebody like, you probably could get Andrew Wiggins in that deal.
Yep.
Maybe Moses Moody. Somebody like that.
Future first. Yeah. Take what you get.
Yeah. You get something. Shit, that was good. Fuck yeah. Well, that brings us to the end. It's fun as always. We'll be back. We're gonna just look at Twitter. We'll post it there. You can find us everywhere at the Full Season Pod, Full Season Podcast, everywhere, all social medias.
Links will be below.
It'll be linked below. Yep, it'll be all below. Yeah, just watch out there because we're not. I don't know. We'll talk because we gotta figure out, like, obviously we're doing Christmas with family and shit, but I don't have anything going on that night. I don't think Bobby does either. But we may just do something. Let you guys watch us.
Be looking out. Maybe a little bit of a shorter one, but be looking out.
Yeah.
Enjoy
your spiked eggnog and watch us talk shit. Yeah, easy. Appreciate you, Bobby.
Sir, the banger.
Remember, be you and be great. Peace.
Yes, sir.